Hey guys, Timothy here from Gelball. Um, I don't do videos very often. Don't really do videos about me, about couple about the field. Not really a fan of my face being plastered about anywhere. But went to a meeting last night where maybe 100 people in the end, players, fields, retailers, every association was covered there. It was hosted by Joel Blaster Association Incorporated. Yeah, Nathan Kirby, Elliot, etc., etc. Was attended by all of the other associations, and it was a really good discussion. It's going to be a quick video. I want to cover two things. One, the hashtag Your Blaster Story. I'm nobody special. I run my own business during the week. I have a business partner who also happens to be one of my best friends, Rachel, who we decided to start Urban Gelball. We played at Donnybrook, wanted to do something indoor CQB, and thus Urban Gelball was formed completely off our own backs. We don't have investors, we don't have anything. It was our houses, our own money, our own savings is all tipped into it. Why do I tell you this? Because everyone I met there was in a similar situation. Everyone's gone, this is a brand new sport. We're going to put, maybe we own a business and we're going to take some money out of the business to put into another business. Maybe we're just interested. Maybe it's pulling us out of a slump in our lives. There's lots of reasons that people play, hang out with friends, get fit. I mean, I've lost a couple of kilos just running a field and getting like a game in every other day. But I need to ask everyone to go, and I'll link it, the Queensland Government e-petition to actually put it to Parliament, the legislative changes that are being discussed, to actually discuss them in open Parliament, not just make some legislative changes that fall back on all of us. The statistics last night, loosely, there were approximately 750,000, 750,000 gel blasters sold in the last 12 months. That's people that are buying their second, third, fourth, people that are buying for the first time. In the similar time period, there was 300 incidents responded to by QPS. Now, an incident can be anything from a couple of kids playing in a park where they shouldn't be, to somebody calling up because they saw over their neighbour's back fence that they had something that doesn't look good. Of those, I heard two figures last night. I haven't had time to check. I heard 75 and I heard 90 charges. Not sure which. 75 seemed to be the one that I heard more. Have been laid from those 300 incidents. So that's just the last 12 months of purchasing. This is a very, very small point of a percentage of people that are even taking up QPS's time, that are even justifying the need for any additional legislation. And we're all looking at unknowns. We are looking at, I can only begin to commiserate with Brad Towner of Armoured Heaven, of what he went through, 3 years of not knowing where he stood, because he'd been told he stood in a completely upright legal standing with selling toys, and suddenly he was told he wasn't. I've seen statistics that we get anywhere upwards of 5,000 to 10,000 players a weekend throughout Queensland alone. That's people that may not get involved in your traditional sports, your basketball, your football, volleyball, futsal, cricket, anything like that. Yep, some of us enjoy getting dressed up in silly clothes. Myself personally, as you can see, my hat is a homage to my best friend who passed away from cancer a few years ago. He was ex-ADF. We used to camp together, hike together, hunt together, etc. So a part of this is, it's something that I use to remember him by. I don't get out camping, hunting, hiking, any of that very often these days. Run 2 small businesses now. But we all have a link. We all have people that have brought us in. We all have reasons that we stay, that we come back. We've been welcomed. I can say at Urban Gelball, everyone that I've met there is friendly, is, oh, that guy's a new guy, can we put him on our team because we don't know how he plays, so let's stick him with some players who know the field. We don't get aggro, we don't get people upset. Everyone is there to have fun. We are fast becoming what I would consider an after-work sport. I'm not going to name names because I don't have their permission, but I do know of at least 2 different workplaces where a significant portion of their staff on a Thursday or a Friday come and play at Urban Gelball as an after-work sport, as work bonding, as team building. There is legislation in place. There is the Stop and Think campaign. There is offences under the Firearms Act. It doesn't matter if I take a stick and I paint it black to look like a firearm and I put it in someone's face. That is an offence, rightfully so, and you should be charged under the Firearms Act. However, a gel blaster is a toy. It's been proven, thanks to a massive effort by Peter Clark and Tack Edge years ago, a couple of years ago now, that they are a toy. That they are not a replica, that they are not a firearm, they're not an airsoft arm, they're not an air rifle, they're a toy. Why do we feel the need to add additional regulations and not enforce the current regulations that we have? Not communicate the current regulations that we have better? Thanks to all of the associations and an initial action by QPS, we have the Stop and Think campaign, which lists all of the different offences if you're found in public. If you're found carrying a gel blaster in a shopping centre uncovered, or in a park with no good reason, or, you know, we don't go and take a fishing rod and swing it around with a hook on the end of it in the middle of a park. We don't go and carry our butcher's knives and our barbecue tools around in a shopping centre. Everything has its place, and the legislation acknowledges this already. Additional legislation will start by being onerous and will swiftly slide into making innocent people into criminals. People that don't even understand they bought it off the shelf 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 12 months ago. So that's, it's not much more to my story. I'm just your average Aussie Queensland guy who had a silly idea to start a field. I've had a lot of support from the community. We've got between 100 and 200 players a week that we see. Obviously we're an indoor field, so we don't quite get the same numbers as the outdoor fields. But perfect example, it's raining at the moment, and I'd say I'm going to be pretty busy tonight because there's a lot of people that still want to play. So have a look. I believe the hashtag is hashtag your blaster story. Have a look around at everyone's story. People that want to have fun, people that are using this as something to pull them out of a dark place in their life. a community that they can get involved in. So whether you want to play Speedsoft, Milsim, CQB, whether you just want to come and have fun and play a sport with a few other people, these are the people that you're playing with from all walks of life. We have kids, we have people that are retired, we have fathers and sons, we've even had mothers and sons, we've had fathers and daughters, all come together. So again, I'll link it below. Have a look at the petition, please. Sign the petition, please. This is a sport and an industry that is getting people up off the couch, getting them healthy, encouraging them to talk to other people, encouraging them to be part of a community, and giving them a sense of purpose. We're not criminals. We don't deserve to be treated as such. Support, pick an association, support that association. They are all in it together. They are all working with each other. I saw last night, there is no such thing as rivals. They are all talking together, and while they all have their own way of looking at it, they're sharing that. They are sharing their resources. They are pooling everything. Yep, that's all I've got to say at the moment, but please sign the petition.